think if you describe me in 3 words, I think it'd be colourful, talkative, maybe intense. I think that's kind of the word I would use to describe me. Colourful, intense. Hey, I'm Bryce. I'm 24, I'm an actor, and I live just west of Kembla Grange. But yeah, so when I'm not here, I'm in Sydney going to castings or working in burlesque shows, but I really like living here. I have a pretty good home life. We didn't always live here. We used to live in Thirroul, and that's where I grew up. I went to Wollongong Performing Arts. I did drama, I did singing, I did choir. I was mostly a theatrical kid growing up. Here we have Bryce in his natural habitat, sitting on the bed, patting his cat. This is where he spends pretty much 14 hours of a day in 24 hours. That's pretty terrible, but this is where he spends his time. So, here I am on my bed with my cat. It's my cat, Madeleine. I spend a lot of time with my cat. It's kind of like, you know, if this was a sad film, I'd be like, this is my friend. It's my only friend. It's my friend Madeleine. My only friend in the world. But no, that's just my cat, Madeleine. I always feel really at home when I come home. I mean, that must be such a cliche to say, but this room is so calming for me because I can just go to my collection of CDs and play anything that comes to my mind. And I'm pretty sporadic, where some days I'll listen to like, I don't know, classical, and then other days I'll listen to like really intense punk, and then other days I'll listen to like doo-wop from the 60s or the 50s. And I have that ability, like with this collection, I can listen to anything. My posters on my doors really inspire me both, I think, stylistically and also basically physically. Patrick Wolf is an artist from the UK who's taller than me. He's 6'4" or 6'6", and he plays the ukulele and he makes amazing music. Saya is from Brisbane. She's awesome. She used to be in a band called Sekadon that I used to love. Fashion. This poster is so old. Like, comes from 2008, 2009, and I've kept it all these years. That actually came from my old house where I used to live. And I used to live in Alexandria years ago, and I used to have like this house with all red walls and posters, and that was one of the main posters. I really like fashion. I've always wanted to be in fashion. I've always wanted to be a stylist. People have told me I should be a designer, but I can't sew. And if you can't sew, you can't be a designer. There's all this, you know, you can still be a designer. You can draw the designs, but no. But I still love buying fashion magazines, and which brings us to another point. How I met the people that make this documentary was I was sitting on a train from Sydney to Wollongong, and these people were sitting in front of me, and they looked pretty tired, but they also looked like, oh god, I'm going to be on this train for like 2 hours. And I probably had like 8 kilos of magazines that just got given to me by this guy on Enmore Road in Newtown. Just wanted to give me fashion magazines. So I just tapped the people in front of me, which turned out to be the documenter of this film and her mother. And I gave them magazines, and they looked through it, and we started a conversation. But unfortunately, we were on the quiet carriage, so the conversation had to be quite a minimum because people were looking at us like, don't talk, this is quiet carriage. I guess I've always been really friendly with strangers. I've never really had stranger danger. I will just talk to anybody. The easiest way to make conversation for me is if somebody's wearing something recognizable to me, either a band top or a designer or something that I can connect with them and start a conversation. When I was 18, I wanted to be like a catwalk model because I'm 6'2". But I was told that I'm not toned enough. I was told that my skin isn't clear enough. But I went to the 5 top modelling agencies in Sydney, and all 4 of them said, oh no, you're just too edgy. But I had long red hair and I was very pale, so I was kind of working that whole Pajic androgyny look before he was doing it. And then I went to theatre school and I got the confidence and was told that I am a good actor and there's no one that looks like me and stuff like that, which was good to hear because I kind of needed to hear that. And they said you're more suited for film and TV, which is really great feedback. I'm theatrical. I'd definitely say I'm a theatrical actor, but I can emote better in front of like a camera. I don't know. Somehow they told me to stick to film and TV. I got tormented a lot, and bullied, so I moved high schools and thought that it would change, but I think if you're always going to be bullied, you'll always be bullied. You can't try to change yourself. People are just not going to like you. And I think that's what I learned from changing schools. I mean, bullying is a horrible thing and it's hard to go through, but some people say it makes you stronger, and I definitely feel like it did make me stronger, and it makes me confident in who I am today and not scared to be who I am. Some people say, well, you live in the middle of nowhere. It does feel a bit like that, but at the end of the day, it's only 7 minutes to the local train station, and I probably spend maybe 3 to 4 days of the week in Sydney, so it's really not that inconvenient. I have best friends. I have really good friends in Sydney, but I don't have any really good friends in Wollongong. So when I'm not in Sydney, I am pretty much alone. That sounds really sad, but no, I'm happy to be alone. So I don't go and hang out with people all the time. If I do hang out, I have a really good friend that I met through volunteering at the Salvos. I hang around with him a lot. We go to Sydney. He watches the burlesque shows that I work in. He enjoys it. It's a side of the world that he would never have seen if he never met me. This ingenious idea of using a breakfast table as a laptop holder, because I don't know if anyone's ever used a laptop on their legs for more than a couple of hours, but it will get hot and it will burn you. If you ever want to make a poster look good, you can just frame it, because if you frame posters, it will make it look so much more expensive and it will make it look like art. Yeah, that is a portrait of myself. I did that portrait myself. I'm trying to think who was the artist. It's quite simple. It's like what I did with Wolverine. I'll play a prisoner of war in a film. So I basically just have to sit around without my top on and look anorexic and look malnourished and look sad. I think I can do that. I think I'll be able to do that.